Good morning, good morning, good morning. Belvin here. And I've had a good solid week here in the new place, getting things situated, but now it's time to get back to work. That's Kizzy in the background. She's cleaning up the cabin.
All right.
But what I wanted to say, wait for a few people to come on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Pop in, ask any questions that you want. I have a ton of authors on my page. Brother Brown, how we doing? We're situated here in Dover, brother. Looking forward to getting together and talking. Man, you got to send me your phone number in my inbox. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey Nicole, how are you, darling? The traveling queen. But listen, guys, what I wanted to share this morning to anyone that is watching on replay, if they tune in after I am on, these are a few things that I want to give you to help support your independent author. Now, anybody watching who does not know me, I am Belvin, and I am an independent or self-published author. I am an independent literary service provider, which means I provide the services that authors need to self-publish their books. And over the last couple of months, I have been quiet because I've been in the process of moving and other things like that. But I have noticed that there are so many folks who are telling folks what to do when publishing books. She just fell over, spinned around. I know she a little hurt. She fell hard. My daughter was dancing and missed a step. Oh, the baby's crying. And I noticed that a lot of independent authors are missing the mark in how they're trying to explain to folks in how to support, as well as I see a lot of readers who don't understand what's necessary to support independent and self-published authors. So I'm going to give you just a few tips of things that I know. The first thing, of course, is buy the book. Yeah, it sounds like, oh my God, how many times do we hear that? But independent authors purchase their books themselves. They don't have a company behind them. It's them. And so in buying the book and purchasing the pre-order of the book, good morning, brother Nathan. What's going on, sir? What's going on, Nate? By pre-ordering the book when the author puts it out, it allows the author to purchase more books to go out and sell. And let's keep it real. Authors that have written books are in business for themselves. So you're not helping them by like, well, I'm not buying the book. Buy the book. Buy the book. And then the second thing is share about the book. Share about the author. It is better to have read the book to share with others what the book is about, of course. But either way, share. Share with the people on your timeline. Share with the people in your circles. Share with the people at work. It doesn't cost you anything. Just simply say, hey, listen, I'm friends, or I've read, or I've been paying attention to this particular author. I like his or her message. I think their book is outstanding. I think their personality is outstanding. Whatever it is, share it about them so they can reach circles that they're not connected to. And that is very important. I don't know all your friends. You may be connected to me, and I love the connection. Don't get me wrong, I do. I love that I have family, friends, readers. I have people from all different walks of life on my timeline, on my page. I have former students. I have colleagues. Listen, all of it is beautiful. But I don't know who you know, and I'm not in all of your circles. So sharing a little bit about me, sharing something that I put out, sharing something that I put out about the book, sharing my event, sharing something that is going to connect the people that you know to what I do helps me. Now, how does that help you? Well, if you like what I do, if you enjoy what I write, well, you're benefiting because now you're exposing me to other folks so now they can come to enjoy who I am, what I do. The other thing is write a review. I notice that a lot of people say, yes, I'll write a review. But what happens is, I think they either get scared off or nervous because they're like, well, how professional does the review have to be? Listen, it doesn't take that much effort to go to Amazon.com, go to Goodreads, go to a lot of these different sites and just simply say, I purchased, I read, I liked. This is why I liked it. I thought it was a 3, 4, or 5-star read. Now, some will say, well, what if I didn't like the book? Review that too. Because a real author, and I'm going to say a real author, and I mean that purposely, a real author is going to accept, they're not going to like, but they're going to accept the 1 and 2-star reviews if you give them details on what you didn't like. Because it might be some things that the author thought might have been areas of weakness for themselves anyway. So if the book was horrible, try to be polite. Don't be harsh. But if it was horrible, tell the truth. Say, listen, I really didn't like the story. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the cover. I didn't like the design. Whatever. Tell the truth, but be specific about what you didn't like. That helps an author also. We know, a good author knows not every person is going to like everything that they write. What they are hoping is that there are more people who like it than don't like it. So in writing your review, say that you purchased a book, give it a rating, and then explain in detail. And if you want to be extensive, that's even better. It is your time to shine. If you love the book and felt the book should be on every bookshelf in every home, don't hesitate. Put that down. Say K.L. Belvin's Lukewarm Saints should be in everybody's house. From Gigolo to Jesus should be read by every brother and sister out there who's going through something because of what this brother put down. By all means. Because what that does, it assists in people deciding if they want to purchase the book, as well as it creates interest because if enough people are saying good things. People, okay, let's be real. If you see a crowd, you want to go over and see what the crowd is about. Well, it's no different on social media. If there are numbers of positive reviews, it causes people to want to go check it out. Hey, Bakia, I saw you come in. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. Brother Nate, I'm down here in Delaware now, brother, so we got to reconnect too. Reconnecting with all my Grove folks also. And then another thing is to have dialogue. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let me back up a second. Another thing too, in purchasing the book. Hey, Tamika, in purchasing an author's book, go to the author's website. Let me say this again. Go to the author's website. I know it's easier for you to go to Amazon.com. I know it's what you're used to. I know they give you discounts. I know they offer suggestions on the next 7, 8, 10, 15 books that you should buy. Go to the author's website first, and I'm going to tell you why. So there's something that you don't know. Amazon holds every independent author up, demands a discount before we can even put our books on the site. We do it because we know we have to have it done. And we have to be in places where people purchase books, and Amazon is one of the kings of the game. So we have to be there. But please understand what's going on behind the scenes. They are squeezing our pockets and demanding that we give a 55%. Yes, I'm going to let everyone know. A 55% discount before we even put our books out to the public. So then but that's how they're able to offer you a discount. You go, wow, it's cheaper on Amazon. Yeah, because they took the discount from the author. Then the author doesn't make as much. Now, $2 is better than no dollars. But Tamika, you know what's funny is, if you set your book up, I know with me, I set it up for myself and the authors I work with. I set it up at 45%. I don't set it up at 55%, and Amazon will still take it if it's through a third-party provider. If you're not setting it up directly, if it's through your Lightning Source, Ingram, or something like that, you can actually set it up where it's less than, hey, Brother Green, what's going on, sir? It's actually less, so it's 45% for me. But either way, it's still 45%. Now, guys listening, I know all that technical jargon is like, what is he talking about? Just go to the author's website first and purchase the book from the author's website. You'll be getting the book directly from the author. You'll probably get it signed, whereas you can't get it signed from Amazon because you're getting it from a storing place that's then sent to you. Whereas if you want your book signed and you can't make it out to an event, getting it from their website, you can probably get a signed copy. Just a little tip that you should know. Another thing, coming out to authors' events. When an author puts that they're doing a signing or they're going to be somewhere, this is where the share comes in. Is where share that information, because again, you might not be able to make it, but people in your circle might. And if you let people in your circle know that you really wanted to be there, but you can't because you have to work or whatever else, maybe they'll go. But again, this gives you an opportunity to meet the author face to face. Get your book directly from the author. Get the book signed. And here's the most important reason why you want to go to an event. Most authors, who are not trying to dig into your pockets, will discount their books at book events because it makes it easier to count their money. So you'll probably get the book at an even number, $10, $12. If the book is $20, you might just get it for $15. But you're going to get it even more discounted when you come to an event because it just makes it easier and it makes it more attractive for somebody to purchase. So that's another reason why you come out to support and another reason why you share. Please understand, I've been doing this now since 2007. I don't come on and beg people to buy my books. I do it where I come on and let you know, yes, I want you to support. But I believe that I give something back every time I come on. I'm trying to give you a little something of who I am, why I write, what my book is about, what my book is connected to. I speak to my target audience on the regular. I sell on Amazon 35. When I sell personally, I sell for 20. I make more money selling personally. Of course, listen, that's what we're just talking about. Because Amazon's going to hold you up. But there it is right there. And Blake Green, do me a favor. Please put your site, Transaction City, if I said it right. Please put your site up because Brother Green has a site that is owned by a person of color, supporting brothers and sisters, and gives them an opportunity to place their books in other places other than Amazon, their works, not just books. Transactions, there we go. I know I had it right. TransactionCity.com. Place your stuff on his site if you're an independent author because it gives you an opportunity to place your stuff somewhere without having to get held up like you get held up. Yes, there you go. Please, and actually, I got to stop by. It's been a little while myself. I know my books are there, but I got to post a new book up there. So I got you, brother. I'll definitely stop by. I love you, too. But please support this brother because what he did was he gave folks who have gifts, who have skills, who have products, there's artists, there's authors, there's everything, a place to post their work. And it's a site that you can go to and just everything that you need is there, like Amazon, but it's owned by someone of color who's an independent hustler like the rest of us. And the brother is grounded. The brother has his feet on the ground. That is the other thing that I'm getting to. You support independent authors and self-published authors. Network with us. Tell us what you do. Tell us what you're involved in. Tell us what you're connected to. You'd be surprised what our books can bring. Oh, exactly. Doesn't charge. You can't even get better than that. No better than free. Tell us what you do. Network with us. There's people that I talk to all the time who they're readers. They enjoy my work. And when I'm trying to find out what they do, I find out that we have so much in common. I'm like, hey, listen, let me come by and speak. I'll make you look good. And so you have to be involved with the readers and the authors on your page. That's the other thing that I want to say too, is pray for us. And the reason why I saved that for last is because every independent and self-published author is grinding, and they're grinding uphill. Hello, I'm sorry, did you order a book? Was I supposed to give you a book? I'm sorry, did I miss something here? Ellen? If I did, please refresh. Okay, did you order a book? I'm sorry, when did you order a book? I didn't send it out to you? Because I normally send out everything right away. Did I miss something? Oh, well, you have to order my book, love. If you order my book, I got you. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to get to that in a second. Belvin Publishing, www.belvinpublishing.com. If somebody can put that up on the page for somebody to see, but it's Belvin, BRAVIN, publishing.com. BRAVINPUBLISHING.com. BelvinPublishing.com. All my books are there. You can list who you want me to sign it to, or you can just send me an email and I'll send you an invoice, main office at BelvinPublishing.com, and I will send you a direct invoice and I will sign your book and I will send it directly out to you. You have to let me know which book that you would like. Lukewarm Saint, my new fictional book, or From Gigolo to Jesus. Okay, oh, there it is right there. Appreciate it, Ellen. Brother Green just put my website up. You can definitely stop by the website. We'll take care of that for you. But I appreciate stopping by. I appreciate saying that you like to read. Please share the information. Share this with other folks. Share this with other authors. Hopefully it helps. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. God bless. I appreciate you coming on. I love the kind words. Oh, and thank you for the hearts. But to help any independent business owner, you got to engage with them, because let me tell you something. It's not easy. And we can't come on and say we're struggling. We can't come on and say, look, we've leveraged a lot to put ourselves in position, because no business person wants to come on and sound like they're begging. So even when things are at their worst, we have to come on and we got to remember that we got to be in a business mindset. That is the reason why I said, please pray for us. And please pray not just for wealth. Pray for peace. Pray for clarity. Pray that the independent and the self-published author gains clarity in what direction that they should take their work. And I don't care what the work is. And I'm not saying you have to purchase everything, by no means. If you don't read it, don't like it, you don't have to buy it. But that doesn't mean that you can't share, because you can't decide what the other people around you, what the other people around you may enjoy. You may go, oh, I don't like urban fiction. Okay, I don't read urban fiction, but I still support my brothers and sisters who write urban fiction, because I know some of the people on my list may do. Now, depending how far I'll support, if you got covers that got butt naked people on them, well, no, you can't post that on my page. But if you have folks that have butt naked covers, no. But I will let folks know about your work. I kind of keep my distance from pairing up folks that have things that out of my faith. But if that's what you choose to do, I'm not going to knock you and I'm not going to stop you from doing it. I may not. And if you ask me why not, I will tell you. But for the most part, this is what I do. Okay, I'll read that in a second. Somebody just sent me a message. But yes, and I don't care what the business is. If somebody is doing it independently, they need support. And the hardest part, not the writing of the book, it's not the creating of the book, it is the marketing and the promotion. Because money is just not free flowing. As much as people like to think that, okay, you wrote a couple of books, you must be spending money. No, not when you do it yourself. When you do it yourself, what you lay out, you'll be lucky if you get back. Now, hopefully, if you have a good accountant who can help cut the losses down, shout out to my man Patrick. And I wish if Patrick gets on this, you have to check my man out, because Patrick is my accountant and he's been outstanding in terms of helping me cut the losses. But yes, I've had some very bad years, very bad years. But the reason why I continue to do it is, one, I love what I do. Two, I feel my books help those that read them, and they have helped. From the reviews that you'll see on Amazon, from the words that have been posted on my website, you'll see that I have a connection with the people that I do business with, and I appreciate them dearly. But if it wasn't for working, I would not have been able to make it just off the books. But that doesn't stop me from trying. And I do all of the things that I mentioned to you. Also, if you want to support, purchase books as gifts. books make great gifts if they are connected to something somebody is going through, or if you just want to uplift somebody's spirits. But purchase a book and have the author sign it to them. There's nothing better than an autographed book, too, with your name in it. Then you know it was for you. It's not just something somebody ran into the bookstore and purchased and wrapped it up and gave it to you. When you open up a book and your name is on the inside, and remember, have the author date it. Yes, have the author date it. He should know, but if he or she doesn't know, have them date it, because if they become famous, you want to be able to say, hey, I got this book before they was known. So it might become of value. You never know. Listen, you never know when somebody's going to write the next Think Like a Man, like Steve Harvey, where it blows up and all of a sudden you were the person holding one of the original copies before it blew up. So that's something that you have to consider. But again, this is really, something that's necessary. And I wanted to come on and share this with my independent, with my folks who know a ton of independent authors, self-published authors. So much bad information is put out there, and so much negative is put out there about what we do. Now, yes, are there some authors who they make it so much about themselves it's hard to support? Yes. I try to put a special signing for each person I sell a book to as a form of, yes, listen, there you go. And that's another author speaking. Each author, you okay, baby? Each author has a different connection to their work. But you as the reader, you as the person who wants to support, they still need you. We still need you. I need you. Because again, I might have 3,800 people on this Facebook page. Okay, that's pretty good, I guess. But there's people who have 5,000, 20,000, 30,000. Doesn't matter. If you got 200 people, your 200 people may be more important to an independent author than somebody with 5,000. I'm going to tell you why. Your 200 people may actually read everything that you put up, which means when you put out information about a self-published author, those 200 sets of eyes are more important than a bunch of people just scrolling through and looking for some sensational status. I've seen it happen. I've seen people with large numbers of people on their page that the people only stop and open up statuses that look sensational or have some sensational picture. Whereas people who have a small following, small group, will open up and put something down, and the 200 people on their page all read it. The 100 people that are connected to them, say through their church or organization, and the other 100 that they might have allowed to join their page, all read the post about the signing and show up. All read the post about how much this particular person loved their book, loved your book, and purchase it. And all of a sudden you see 15, 20 books fly off the shelves, and you go, I just got orders for like 25 books, all from the same area or from the same organization. That's because that person with the 200 was more important to you than the person with the 5,000. That is the reason why I treat everybody the same way. I don't treat anyone differently online, and I definitely don't treat them any differently in public. That's another thing too. Let me just say this too to my author friends that's watching. Do not ever, and I'm going to say this again, don't ever put on airs when you are at an event, when you are at a signing, when you are at a festival and people are coming up to inquire about your books. Don't look at them and decide if they're worthy for you to get up out of that chair and speak to, because you've already deemed that they can't purchase a book, and you don't want to waste your pitch on somebody that you can't sell to. First of all, you don't know who they know, and your job should be to speak to everyone that comes to your table who picks up one of your books the same way. I don't care if they're wheelchair bound. I don't care if there's something wrong. I don't care if they're blind. I've seen that. A blind person walk over and just ask, what's your books about? And I seen another person kind of look like, you're blind. Why am I going to explain it to you? And I said, okay, since you want to act foolish, I quickly yelled out, hey, listen, I got some books over here we can talk about. I'm right over here to your left. And when the person came over, we talked, and then two other people came over that traveled with them and purchased the book. Don't ever believe that you are so important that you can't speak to any person that walks up to your table. I've had it happen myself. Don't do it. Treat everyone the same. Thank you so much, Janine. And good morning, Janine. I'm sorry. How are you this morning? Saw you come in. I was all in the middle of my thing. I didn't say good morning. I apologize. But it is very important. And you as the reader, believe it or not, we need you. We do. We do. We really, honestly need you. We need you to help us reach places that we can't reach. Now, yeah, when we climb up the ladder, if some of us do, it's like the NBA. All of us want to play in the NBA. But maybe 1%, just like the NBA, maybe 1% will actually get that mega deal to where they don't have to work as hard. But even then, you still got to work hard. You're just getting your checks up front. Okay. If I get there, I get there. That's in God's hands. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just going to continue to put out works that I believe help others, and serve the Lord, while still being interesting where they're not all sounding the same. And that's another reason why your reviews are important. Okay? So again, guys, I am getting myself back to getting my head together, deciding which of these social platforms I'm going to use. I'll probably come on more Facebook Live for now. I'm debating on what I'm actually going to use Periscope for, if at all. But so today's message was simple. This is what you need to do to support your independent, self-published authors that are on your page. And look for them. They're there. Y'all have joined for whatever reason. They're there. And follow these steps and share this. Share this. And now let me give you the legal, as they say. I am KL Belvin. If you're on my page, we've connected somehow, somewhere along the line. You know that I am an author. I am an author of 3 titles. The first one, Poetry, A Man in Transition, is the title of that. My second book, what most people know me by, is From Gigolo to Jesus, which is my personal memoir, which is an outstanding read. It gives you all the background dirt on how I went from being a misogynistic pig to man of God and loving husband. And my latest book, Lukewarm Saint, is a fictional story of a teacher torn between his love of the women and what he knows to be the right way to do things. He has 2 friends on each side that's saying, man, you do everything that you want to do. And the other friend is like, you need to change your life, while having a mother and grandmother begging him to change the direction because it is women that destroyed his father and women that destroyed his grandfather, but he is at the center. And like most of us, what will it take for us to do what we know is right compared to what we really enjoy? So that is the reason why I wrote the book, to answer that question or cause the reader to consider that question. I've also been a part of 5 or 6 anthologies, most importantly, Soul of a Man Part 1 and Soul of a Man Part 2, 2009 Anthology of the Year. The Soul of a Man Part 1, we came back. Shout out to Elise Gabriel, who invited me back to be a part of book number 2. Book number 1 was 13 brothers writing about men overcoming negative situations through our faith, some fictional and non-fictional stories. And book number 2 was simply brothers of color, 20 of us this time, 18 of us came together to simply show that men of color are able to do things with their words that have nothing to do with the sex and violence that the media would like to portray us. And so Sister Elise Gabriel asked us brothers to come together. Oh, shout out to Fran Briggs. How we doing? Can you do a talk on collaboration with other authors? You know what? That's something. Yes, brother. I will do that because I have some good and bad experiences with collaborations. And I think authors really should consider collaborations. It gives them a chance to get out professionally. And like I'm explaining with The Soul of a Man, it was a super positive experience because we won an award in 2009. We came back. I was invited back to be a part of book 2 here in 2016. So it was 13 brothers the first time, 18 brothers the second time. And I could tell all of my self-published authors, independent authors, anthologies are not a bad thing. It just depends on who is publishing the work, who is involved in the work, because with Belvin Publishing, we did 2 poetic anthologies that I thought were outstanding. Actually, I know they're outstanding. Wordplay 1, Words Are a Canvas. Wordplay 2, The Foundation of Soul. 11 poets in the first one. I happen to be one of them. 13 poets in the second one. 13 poets from 10 different states that all had to write 12 original pieces. So that's like 156 original works. The problem with both books is that the authors didn't go out and pound the pavement like they should to support the book. And so sadly, the books didn't do as well as I had figured them to do. So Belvin Publishing took a loss on both of those projects. The sad part is the reviews of both books have been outstanding. The reviews of folks who enjoy poetry, they love both books. But the one thing I've learned in collaborating with authors is you can't make them sell a book the way you sell it. So yes, I was out grinding and selling the book, but the people who I actually gave the opportunity to be published to weren't. Now, not all of them. There was a few in each book that really went out. Shout out to Nanette Buchanan. Shout out to my man, The Real, Distinguished, All Flowing Big Mama from the first book. But there were so many that just didn't do anything, didn't sell anything. And so when I'm giving out more books to the authors for themselves than they're selling, you can't continue to throw money into a well and think you're going to get anything back. So that was, and they're still great projects. They're actually on my website. And every year during April, during Poetry Month, I do pretty well then. But I just don't have the time to be able to promote other people's books and my own when I'm trying to grind myself. That's actually something my wife and I are going to meet about today, is how we can breathe life into some of the authors' works that we've worked with, because some of them have gotten lazy. I'm going to keep it very real. Some of them have gotten lazy. And so we're going to try to help them get back on their feet and find a way to help promote them or help get them. And shout out to Fran Briggs. Anybody that's listening to this live, Fran Briggs is doing some outstanding work for authors, putting their works, and as a publicist, she is outstanding. There's some things that I want to do in the future. I'm sure her and I are going to put some things together. But right now, if you are an author and in need of someone to help get your book in front of some people that you may not be able to, Fran Briggs is who you should reach out to. So Fran, please post your website on this live if you're still on. If not, you guys, when reading this and watching the replay, go to Fran's page, click on Fran's, add Fran to your network, and look to use her services. Most recently, she's put out a summer reading list that has been accepted and posted on various newspapers around the country. So that is eyes around the country that is going to see all of us that are on that list. And Fran reached out to us and reached out to a bunch of authors who wanted to be involved. I chose to be involved, and I'm happy that I did, because she'll keep posting that it was seen by this newspaper, or it was seen by that newspaper. And again, the more people that get to see you, see your work, will hopefully turn into sales. And then you have to do the follow-up, which is one of the things that, again, my wife and I are going to sit and discuss today. What is going to be the follow-up for now that we have our office in place? Our office is taking shape. I can't take pictures of our office yet. Brother John, how we doing, sir? How are you and the wife and the baby? Good to see that you stopped on, brother. Good morning, good morning. It's another brother right there doing what he got to do, taking care of his family. Much respect to you. But yes, guys, I hope that everyone watching who's come back to watch and replay, take all the tips. Share with others. Write reviews. Purchase books from websites. Deal with authors directly. Share with the people on your page. Tell them about us. I tell folks all the time, tell them about me. Tell somebody, and I want you to do that today if you're watching this. Tell somebody today that you think who don't know me. Say, you need to pick up K.L. Belvin's work, or check out this brother K.L. Belvin. You need to check out From Gigolo to Jesus or Lukewarm Saint. You need to check this brother out. You need to support this brother. You need to have your church check this brother out. You need to have your men or women's organization check this brother out. He's deep. Working right now. Just wanted to, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And blessings to you and the family and that little king. I see he's getting big. Shout out to him. But blessings to you, brother. And be safe at work and be safe out there, man. These are some troubling times. You make sure you get up and pray over your family before you leave the house. That's what I'm doing every morning now. I'm getting up and I'm praying over my family and I'm meditating because I know I need God more than ever right now with everything that's going on. So you make sure you do that, man. God bless, brother. But listen, and I'm serious, guys. Before I close, I'm serious. Listen, I have no problem with being direct. I want you to tell your church about me. Yes, I will come to your church and tell them how I was so caught up in sin that I was wearing it like clothes. I was so sinful. It's what I thought life was about. And then it took God reaching me and speaking to me at a hotel. I was at a hotel about to get into some more sinning. Yes, more sinning when God spoke to me. And I would love to come to give my testimony because I have no problem with it. I have no problem if people want to judge me. That's the reason why you read the book. When you go, oh my God, he had all these children. What do you think was going to happen if a person is wrapped up in sex? But now I understand the dangers of that and try to prevent other folks from going that route. I am the stop sign to a lot of these folks that don't go down that road. I went there. And by the grace of God, I made it back here to be able to warn you. Don't go that way. It's what I do in the classroom. It's like the best mentor to an addict is a recovering addict. Well, I'm not a recovering addict. I'm a reformed whore. There's a difference. I don't sit around and shake trying when I see women walk by. I'm good. But I'm a reformed whore. And it took God and my wife. And these are the things that you can learn about me from my work. These are the things that you can learn about me from coming by my page. And there's some tremendous things you'll learn from other authors going by their page, listening to their lives, buying their books. Yes, reformed whore, yes. And I actually spend my time traveling, speaking to other men, trying to get them to be that same way, to go home and fix their families, to go home and fix the gap between them and their children, to go home and apologize to that woman. Even if you and her are not going to be back together again, let the words come out your mouth. I am sorry. And then go on and live your life. And if you have to live your life knowing that the person that you really loved is not in it, well, that's part of the penance that you pay for your behavior. So for me as an independent author, my work, my life is reflected in my work. Even my fictional work is based on the life that I had. So what do you think allows me to write about a dude who's torn between women and God? I was there. So I'm not writing about things I don't know, but the good thing about it is I'm writing real life situations and talking about real life situations. And there's a lot of authors out here doing the same thing, that if you give them the chance, you don't have to chase what's being pushed at you on television, what's being pushed at you when you walk by the bookstore and see the gigantic posters. That's all just promotioning material that's created by the companies to make sure that their authors are seen and purchased. But there's some tremendous independent authors, self-published authors who are laying it down flat, who are giving you outstanding work. The only thing that they don't have is the exposure, and they need your help for that. Really do. I do. Listen, I can't lie. I would love to say I'm at a point where my books allow me to feed my child. They don't. But I put the effort in to make sure that whatever I get from my books goes back into the books and goes back into creating what I know is going to help people. The next two projects that I'm working on right now is Lukewarm Saint Part 2, Fox in the Hen House, and a marital guide, Making Marriage Cool Again, and a small, it's not a devotional, but it'll be a small spiritual, sort of like a devotional, but a small spiritual pocket handbook. Just a little something that's not going to preach to you, but just talk to you. See, because I'm a real teacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a prophet. I'm not an evangelist. Sometimes I can be. But I'm a real teacher of the fivefold ministries, and my work reflects that too. And you'll learn so much about the independent authors when you really start to pay attention to them. You'll learn who they are and who the people are behind the work. And what you're going to find is that some of them are no different than you. Some of them are as shy and as soft-spoken, but I know I'm building my by laying down a foundation. Need readers to help place the bricks. Of course. And anybody reading that, understand what Deneen just said, because this is what I'm saying. We can't do this without you. And I know a lot of authors have to seem bigger than life because they want you to purchase their books. They don't want to come on and be like, oh my God, I'm struggling. Well, we're not homeless. Don't think it's that bad. But we know that as self-published folks, we need you. We need folks to go back to their jobs and say, yo, you got to check this dude out. You got to check this chick out. We need you at the hair salon when you're under the dryer. Say, yo, y'all got to read this book here. Now, some of y'all are doing a great job at it. Don't get me wrong. Some of y'all are doing fantastic. But some, you're buying and then you're not helping. Now, you don't have to. So if you're watching this and going, I'm going to do your work for you, you are right. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything once you purchase your book. You spent your money to do whatever you want. So I guess what I'm asking for is I'm asking you to help. I'm asking you to support. I'm asking you to write a review. I'm asking you to tell the other people around you about the book. If you enjoyed it, don't keep it to yourself. It's like if you went to a good restaurant and make the next person buy the book. That's true. Let me see, make sure I put it together. There you go. Don't lend. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I thought that's where you were going. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me add that. If you go back and listen to this, before you get the prayer as the last thing, I want to add this before prayer. Don't lend your books. Come on, man. Okay, you read it. Okay, let me give it to my girlfriend. Yes, you can do that. Listen, and I know times are hard, and I know it's easier for one person to circulate 5 or 6 books. Here's the thing, then. If you're going to do it that way, then all of your girlfriends buy one book from a particular author. So if the author has 7 books, buy all 7. And all 7 of y'all read them at different times. And if y'all want to then lend those, fine. But at least buy the initial 7. Now, personally, I would rather have all of you purchase your own books so you can have them signed so they are directly to you. But if you're going to be cheap, and we know some people are, let's be real, I'm cheap at times too, then buy all 7 and pass them around. Don't buy one and then pass it around. Buy all 7. But if you're going to be cheap, well, then here's what I want you to do that doesn't cost you anything. Write the review. Share with the people on your page. Let other people have the opportunity to know about what you got out of the work that we do. And I want to see more unity. And actually, shout out to Keisha Green, because Keisha Green is somebody I'm working with closely. And her and I are attempting to do some things behind the scenes where we can work with particular authors to try to build some type of unity. And she's more out front than I am, because with the work that she does is incredible in terms of promoting authors and giving authors platforms to be seen and to be heard. So shout out to Keisha Green. I am coming from behind and out of the shadows to do more, because I want to see more. And as they say, you do more, you get more. So I'm being more vocal. I am taking more of a leadership role with authors and hoping to bring them to the table so we can do something together. I just don't have time for a lot of foolishness. That's why some authors have not heard from me, because I watch what some of them do on their pages or the stuff that they get into in public arenas, and I'm just not with that. If we're going to do business, we're going to do good business. And we're not going to sit around and mix our personal feelings into our business. Set up another page for that, but you can't have your book somewhere where you're ranting and raving about whatever. Not gonna work, because sometimes people want to read to get away from the problems. They don't want you bringing the problems to the same place that you're now saying, please purchase my book. No. And I'm not just talking about the political unrest and the things that's going on right now. I'm just talking about in general. We don't need to know what's going on between you and your booski, and it ain't got nothing to do with the books. And then y'all having an argument the next day when y'all was in love on Monday and fighting on Wednesday, but then on Friday you're saying, please purchase my books. Stop. You're in business. And understand your personal needs to be on your personal page, and your business needs to be on your business page. And if you're using one page for the both, well, then the business should override the personal in terms of you coming on here wilding out. But listen, guys, I got to go. My phone is actually dying down. That is a great sign to get off. So again, let me just go through. I am KL Belvin. I hope that this has been hopeful to those that are watching. And if you're watching on replay, remember you can come by my website, Belvin Publishing. Thank you. I'll be on a lot more now. I'm coming on. I've been getting myself situated, Deneen, so I appreciate you. And thank you so much for hanging out with me. And definitely, I'm going to be doing more because I want to do more with authors. I'm looking to work with more authors, and I'm looking to try to build more, because we got to try to have a platform where folks can find us, find our works, and learn who we are. So not only can we supply a need, we can actually make some money, and both sides are happy at it. So I'm going to be doing what I can. So definitely check me out. I'll be coming on at a set time once I can figure out what that time is going to be. So I appreciate you. So again, I am KL Belvin. My website is bravinpublishing.com, www.bravinpublishing.com. To learn a little bit about who I am, just simply Google KL Belvin. You'll see all the things that I do, the videos that I do. My YouTube page has a lot of my previous Periscopes. You can check those out and see some of the things that I do. I am the author of 3 books: A Man in Transition, which is poetry, From Gigolo to Jesus, which is nonfiction, which is my memoir, Lukewarm Saint, which is fiction, inspirational fiction, and actually a very good read. Actually, all 3 are very good reads. And I am working on at least 3 other projects, as well as you will find me in a series of anthologies: Soul of a Man Part 1 and 2, Wordplay, and Love Like God is another one that my wife and I in. And my original break came when Mary B. Morrison added me to her erotica, whatever, because she just thought my righteous talk was needed. So in the midst of an erotica, a book filled with erotica, is my spiritual based message about my wife and I. I thought that was interesting back in '07, that a woman that made millions from selling X-rated writings felt that a man of spirituality needed to be in her book. That was a sign from God that I was on my way to doing what I got to do. So I appreciate all of you who have taken the time out. Please send me your email address in my inbox. I can add you to my mailing list, because I would love to stay in contact with you away from Facebook. I am a fan of Facebook, but I'm a bigger fan of speaking to people directly. So you can leave your inbox, in my inbox, your phone number or your email address, and I will connect with you directly. And then that way you'll know what's going on with me, even if you're not on Facebook. All right. Have a wonderful day. God bless. Please remember to share this with someone that you think is going to enjoy listening to it, as well as pass it on to authors that you think need it. And feel free to reach out to me anytime. Take care. God bless.